Atelier is back with another entry in the long-running series, and this time we are heading to Alchemy for a brand new story. A direct follow-up to Atelier Resleriana Forgotten Alchemy and the Polar Knight Liberator, this game once again combines that signature turn-based combat and in-depth synthesis system the series is known for, but with a few meaningful upgrades that make it feel both fresh and familiar. So, let's dive in.
Hey, this is Sean from Gamer Braves. It's been 8 years since we established Gamer Braves channel. We went to a lot of overseas game conference. We did a lot of exclusive interview with a lot of prominent figures from the industry, Ryuzo Sugimoto, Sean Layden, and even Yagu. One of the easiest way to support us is to subscribe to our channel. Support like this will actually gives us motivation and pushes us to produce better content. If you have already subscribed, thank you so much. Please enjoy the rest of the video.
The Red Alchemist and the White Guardian takes place in the same universe and timeline as Forgotten Alchemy and the Polar Knight Liberator, but this time we are exploring a whole new region, the Lantarna continent, with an entirely new cast. The story follows Rias Idris and Slade Clauslitter, two characters with very different personalities and goals. Rias is the cheerful, adventurous type who dreams of restoring her grandfather's old shop. Slade, on the other hand, is a more reserved character driven by a personal mystery, the memento left by his late parents. The two eventually cross paths, team up, and stumble upon an ancient atelier hidden deep in the ruins, the moment that sets everything in motion. The town of Holfane, once a prosperous mining hub, was struck by a mysterious disaster years ago that caused many of its residents to vanish. Now, with the restriction finally lifted, Rias and Slade return to uncover the truth behind what really happened while helping rebuild the town from the ground up. The pacing starts slow, focusing on character introductions and setting the mystery in motion. But once the story gets going, it genuinely finds its rhythm. Longtime Atelier fans will also appreciate the surprise appearances of 28 familiar characters from past entries appearing here as wanderers. For newcomers, these cameos might feel a little bit confusing, but they are still a nice touch for returning fans. One of the coolest new features here is the shop and town development system, both of which are cleverly tied into the story progression. You can now sell the item you synthesize, from tools to ingots, directly through your shop. And the kind of items you sell actually changes the type of customers who visit the town. For example, if you mainly craft and sell armor, you will attract adventurers. It's a small touch, but it makes your alchemy feel more meaningful. And then there's the town development. By investing money and resources into Holfane's Star Landing, you can level up the town, unlocking new districts like merchant, residential, manufacturer, nature, and farming. Each new level brings in more people, more quests, and new shops to trade with. Both systems connect beautifully. Selling items earns you money to fund town development, and progressing the town unlocks new recipes, areas, and story content. It's a satisfying gameplay loop that never feels grindy, and for once, it gives alchemy a real sense of purpose. Exploration in this game feels surprisingly dynamic. You can freely switch between Rias and Slade during exploration, and both have unique tools that let you reach new areas. Rias can use her whip to swing across gaps or high ledges, while Slade's Geist Core can break boulders, blocking hidden paths. These aren't immediately available though. You'll need to unlock specific skills from the skill trees to access certain areas. Exploration also changes based on time and weather, which affects what monsters and materials you will find. It's a nice touch that keeps gathering from feeling too repetitive. And then there's also the dimensional paths, basically the game's version of dungeons. You can revisit them as many times as you want, with changing layouts and difficulty levels. Harder settings give better rewards, and you might even meet fairies who offer buffs or can later be recruited to work in Rias' shop. It is a fun system, part exploration, part roguelike dungeon crawling, and it gives you plenty of reason to keep venturing out for new materials and loot. Combat is classic Atelier, turn-based, strategic, and surprisingly deep. You can control a party of 6 characters, 3 on the front line, 3 in reserve, and can freely swap between them during battle. Timing your switches can protect weakened allies or trigger passive buffs from your backup members. Battles also feature random effects that appear on the timeline. You can manipulate turn order to get favorable effects, adding another layer of strategy. There's also a quick time event style parry system, time your button press right, and you will reduce incoming damage while gaining technical points. Technical points is shared across your team and is used for multi-actions. Powerful combo attacks involving up to 3 characters. Alongside technical points, each character also uses action points for their skills, and you will also build up a unite gauge that unlocks special burst attacks and passive boosts mid-battle. It's fast, it's flashy, and it rewards smart play. The heart of any Atelier game is its alchemy system, of course. And the Red Alchemist and the White Guardian nails it once again. You will connect gift colors of different ingredients to craft items with quality and traits determined by how you link them. The more effective you can line up those gift colors, the better the result of the item. The highlight though is the recipe morph system, a returning mechanic that lets you evolve a recipe into something entirely new by placing the right ingredient in the right slot. You can even branch recipes in different directions, encouraging experimentation. Later on, you can enhance or remix items at Ria's Atelier, where your party members actually assist in the crafting process by linking their own gift colors. It's a clever twist that blends teamwork into the synthesis system, and it's genuinely fun to tinker with. The alchemy system is simple enough for newcomers but still has that signature Atelier depth that long-time fans will love. Visually, the game looks good, but not mind-blowing. However, it is in the charming way that Atelier games are usually known for. The character designs stands out the most, while the world itself, though not particularly detailed, still captures that cozy fantasy vibe. Audio-wise, the voice acting does a solid job bringing characters to life, especially Ria's, whose cheerful personalities really shines. The soundtrack though is fairly forgettable. It fits the mood. There aren't any standout tracks that will stick with you once you stop playing. Atelier Resleriana, the Red Alchemist and the White Guardian feels like a strong evolution for this series, a game that builds on what came before while introducing meaningful new mechanics that actually tie into the story. The shop management and town development system gives alchemy a clear purpose, the combat keeps things engaging with new layers like parries and multi-actions, and the exploration feels lively thanks to character abilities and time-based change. Sure, the story starts slow, and the visual and soundtrack don't particularly stand out, but once it hits its stride, the Red Alchemist and the White Guardians become genuinely a rewarding experience. For this game, we are giving it an 8 out of 10. So should you buy it? If you love the loop of exploring, gathering, crafting, and improving, this game will keep you hooked. The new mechanics gives purpose to every system, and once Hall Fanes starts coming back to life, it feels great to see your efforts pay off. Definitely a rewarding entry that balances tradition with fresh ideas, familiar for veterans, but welcoming for newcomers. So, what do you think of this game? Let us know in the comments down below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more reviews like this. Thank you for watching, and as usual, I will see you in the next one.